What's up guys, my name is Adithya Sai and today's video we'll be talking about how to manage stress. You see, as medical students, we live in stress. We thrive in stress. But at the same time, I feel that some of us really do struggle with stress, right? Including me, me being a perfectionist, even the smallest things usually gets on my nerve. But over the years, I have come to learn this art, this art of not caring, this art of not giving a and that is what I want to share with you guys today. The thought process and the mindset that will help us mitigate stress. So firstly, I think we have to acknowledge our limitations, right? Let me give you an example. In any given situation, we have like two things. There are always two things. We have the things that we can do something about. We have the things that we cannot do something about. To give you guys an example, it would be going for an examination. Like, what are the things that are within our control in terms of an examination, right? We can study for the examination beforehand, we can go to the examination hall, and finally we can write the examination. Now what about the things that are not within our control? Now firstly, before the examination, we have no clue how hard the examination would be, right? It is not within our control. It depends on the persons who, let's say, discuss to have a meeting. What if they have this board meeting where they all pull up and they decide about how to set the difficulty of the question paper? A really wise person in that group will be like, this year let us make the examination very easy, right? Let's make it very easy so that all the students shall get good marks, right? I think that is good. And all of a sudden, what if someone just pops up, sir, no, the students, they are not respecting us. Instead of KUHS, they are saying KUHS. They are not respecting us, sir. We should make this examination extra tough. That's what I think, sir. And the wise person, all of a sudden, what if he changes his mind? That is true. That is very true. The students, they are not respecting us. I think we should not make the examination extra tough. We should make it extra tough.
Bruh.
Just think about that situation. I'm sure that this is exactly what happens in every supplementary examination. Have you seen the questions? This is how they are set. Extra tough. So that is how the question paper is being made. Now what about after the examination? What happens, right? Again, same story. It depends on the person who is correcting our paper, his mindset, his emotional status. What if he's just having a bad day, right? I have seen many students who passed with a lot of marks in 2 subjects, but then something happened and they failed in 1 subject. So I hope that you can understand that there are a multitude of things that can go wrong. Like anything can go wrong. So the best thing we can do about it is to not care about it, right? That's the only thing we can do, and maybe focus on the things that we have control. And the funny thing is that, like, most of the time, even the things that we have control over, let's say, studying for the examination beforehand, how is the stress level in that, right? It's funny that we are completely stress-free about studying, right? What do we do the week or the night before the examination? This is what happens the night before examination in every hostel. So I hope you guys understood the point that we should acknowledge our limitation, do whatever we can with the things we have and not really care about the things that we cannot do anything about. So the next point that I have for you guys is something that really stuck with me all through my schooling years. You see, I was a Sanskrit student, right? From 6 to 12, I've studied Sanskrit, and in Sanskrit we learn a lot of slokas. There is this one sloka that really, that really stuck with me, and this is how it goes: Karmanyeva hi adhikarasye ma phaleshu kadachana. Okay, I'm sure that some of you guys might know this. So the meaning of this sloka is that in the first part, we should only be responsible for our actions, and the second part says that we should never think about the fruit, or we should never think about the results of our actions. So focus on the actions, right? That is our only responsibility, and we should never ever think about the results of those actions. What is really interesting about this sloka is that this is exactly the physiology. What is really interesting about this mantra is that, you know, our cricketer, the man, the myth, the legend, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, you know, he actually abides by the same philosophy. Let us hear it from him.
My only suggestion or advice would be, which I keep saying in all the interviews that I give, process is more important than the result. The result is a byproduct of the process. But in today's world, we are so much focused about the result that we get away from the process.
You see, I'm sure that we can all agree on how cool, you know, how cool this guy is. Captain Cool. He's so calm, he's so content, so collected in any heated situation. You put him in any heated situation, he will come on top. And I believe the secret is that Dhoni is not concerned about winning the match, right? In a situation, he is more concerned about the next ball. You see, Dhoni, he plays the game, but he does not get played by the game. And I think that is a very important lesson that we can borrow from him, that we can learn from him. So that is the next lesson: to focus on the journey and not the destination. To focus on the process rather than on the result. Right? Now, after all this, I believe that some of us still find it hard to manage our stress. You know, we have done everything we can. You know, if it's an exam, we have studied everything. If it's going on a stage, we have prepared ourselves. But still we get those emotions, we still get stressed out. And in this context, I want to share with you a small trick that I played on my friend. Now, I have this friend of mine who is a person who studies very well, and on top of that, he's a genius. But the problem is that in spite of learning the whole syllabus, in spite of being well prepared for the exam, this guy, whatever be it, before the examination, he will be stressed. He will be so stressed out. He will be completely out of his mind before the examination. Being the very good friend that I am, I went to him and I told him that, bro, listen, in this examination, you're gonna fail. You're gonna fail so miserably. Actually, I said this very seriously. But the thing is, like, all of a sudden, this guy just flipped. In the sense that he was like, okay. Now, I don't know whether he took it as a challenge, because in that examination, I think he got something like, he was in the top 3. And I think what worked was that I just told him the worst case scenario. Like, what is the worst that could happen? The worst is he could fail. And sometimes in life, I think the trick is to have really low expectations of ourselves. Sometimes we have this insane expectation, you know, that we put on ourselves, that, you know, others have put on ourselves, our teachers, our parents, and everybody just, you know, and we are ultimately obliged to meet those standards. This is kind of like a reverse psychology. You know, sometimes it works, you know, sometimes it doesn't work. It works, mostly it works. So that would be the third point. You know, have really low expectations. Easy peasy. So have really low expectations so that we are generally happy. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. Right? If you enjoyed this video, please do give this a video a like, so that the YouTube algorithm will know that this is a good video, and hopefully someone else will also find this video helpful. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do consider subscribing, because your subscription will go a long way in really helping this channel out. Thank you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.